Wouldn't it be great if, when you were a youngster, you thought to put away certain special objects that had meaning to you? Well, most of us didn't have that foresight, but a fellow named Junior Dobson sure did. Rob Wiles takes us to Big Sandy to explore Junior's collection and learn some of the stories behind it.
If you come to Big Sandy, stop in to see Junior Dobson at Two Rivers Supply, a company he came out of retirement to set up.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you trading with us.
Okay, you're welcome. See you later.
Yes, sir.
It's the kind of place where you can find just about everything. And when Junior leaves work to go to what he calls his playhouse, it's the same. Collections of just about anything you could name, all with one thing in common.
Everything in here's got a meaning.
And a story to go along with it. Junior started collecting many years ago, but it took his mama to let him know what he needed to do.
She told me that I was just wasting my time. If I put it in boxes, all I knew is that I had it somewhere. But if I didn't put it out where I could see it, it didn't mean nothing to me. That inspired me to maybe start putting some of it out, and when I started putting it out, then I couldn't stop. I just kept putting it out. Everything seemed like I had to go into a place with something else, and you know, see something at a flea market or so that went along with my collection, and I'd pick up another piece and put together and pick up and put together till you get a pretty good collection.
And so, because Junior had owned stores most of his life, he began with a store, which he built with vintage lumber from his property. And a store needs stock, which led to another collection.
I have lots of soda bottles that I'm pretty fond of, from the 30s on up.
Why do you like those?
Well, I just like them. You know, it's something you like it. Because of history.
Yeah.
You take a Pepsi up there with a paper label on it, that's something that survived time. You know, still got the paper label on it.
And every town needs a gas station, particularly when the builder of the town loves cars, not just collecting, but restoring them, like he did with this Metropolitan.
It took me about 5 years to do that car.
Well, it looks spectacular.
Oh yeah, I know.
Great.
It's a great car. I love it. But I don't have much money left. I tell you.
Money well spent.
Yeah, money well spent, I guess.
Spectacular things, but more than that, history lessons.
Now, what do you got here? This looks like a, I don't know, milk bottle.
It's an oil bottle.
Oil bottle. How'd that work?
Well, they unscrewed the cap. They filled it out of the tank.
So you'd go and you wouldn't buy a can of oil, a quart. You'd come to the station.
This was before cans. And then they put it back on, and they went and poured it in your car.
Lessons appreciated by the people who visit with Junior, and not just older folks.
Younger high school kids are a whole lot more interested than you think, because they'll ask lots of questions, and they're fascinated.
Well, I bet some of this stuff they've never seen before.
Well, that's it. They've never saw it. The phone booth is one of the attractions of the younger people, because they close the door and the light comes on. It just fascinates them. They've just never saw anything like that, except maybe in a movie.
And among all the treasures, personal items that bring back personal history for Junior. A National Guard uniform. Junior last wore it back in 1968 when his unit was called to Memphis to help contain riots in the wake of the murder of Martin Luther King Jr. The uniform put away right after that, still bearing the creases the dry cleaner put in it almost half a century ago. Small things that mean a lot to Junior.
A little bouncy horse up here, that belonged to my kids. As they were growing up, they passed it on down.
Items that make you wonder, what is the rest of that story?
This painting here was did for me by a friend that I grew up with probably 40 years ago when she did that for me.
Just any particular reason, or she just?
Well, she just decided she wanted to be an artist, and I liked that picture, and she said, well, I'll just paint it for you.
You see what I mean? When you visit Junior, maybe he'll fill in the details for you. He loves to share his collection of collections that mark out the past.
I'm proud to have, anybody wants to look. I meet a lot of people. I get a lot of thank you cards from people that's just been visiting somebody here, and it's different for Big Sandy.
Oh, absolutely. And a warehouse full of history for anyone who comes to visit Junior Dobson in Big Sandy.